Hey, my little mozzarella sticks. Welcome to Just Jeff. Today we got Buddy of Buddy's Vegan Philly Cheesesteaks in Portland. We just talk about life and mozzarella sticks and whatever we feel like. So come listen to part one of a two-part series with Buddy. Come on. Get going. Hey guys, welcome to Just Jeff podcast. We're here. We're here, guys. Welcome to say hello, you two.
Hello.
Hi.
You hear Cheyenne, which you already know, and then our buddy.
Woo.
Here's Buddy. Say hi, Buddy. Say
Oh,
hello.
hey, everybody. Hi, podcast land.
Hi. So just tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, like as a person and everything.
I'm a real nice guy. That's why my name is Buddy.
Yeah. I can verify.
My name is Buddy. I grew up in Philadelphia, so you're going to hear a lot of words pronounced interestingly. I've been in Portland, Oregon for about 4 years now, and I own a vegan cheesesteak food cart called Buddy Steaks. I named it after myself so that I knew where to go. You know, I put it in the Google machine every morning and it says, you go here. And all I have to remember is my name. Yeah. So
that's all you need.
Yeah.
And it is really phenomenal. Oh my God, you guys.
It's the best.
It's so good. And the water ice and the Philly cheesesteak and the French fries and all of it. Oh, yeah.
There we go. Water ice. That's the first term.
There you go.
That we need to so water ice or water ice as
water ice
as the uninitiated would call it. It's like it's interesting. It's like in between a sorbet and a slushy kind of thing going on.
We tried to describe it to our friends yesterday, and it was hard to describe because every time I try and say something, she would be like, "No, it's not that. It's not like it's sort of like, but it's like not. It's not like it's not like a slushy. It's not like a."
You're giving like a reference to people who have never left Washington State.
Okay, I don't know.
They've never actually had it in Philadelphia or in the North.
I've never had it until just this time.
I know, but they don't know anything.
Okay.
It's like trying to explain a unicorn to a child.
When you guys are hearing this, you guys, you'll know who you are. You'll know who you are, guys. You guys are like children.
It's called Italian ices or Italian ice.
That's what people always refer to it as. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the way it's made, because I think what distinguishes it a lot is you can find Italian ice like in grocery stores or just around more often, and it's like hard. When water ice is made fresh every day, and there's a place back home, there's multiple places back home that sell it just like water ice, and they have soft serve and like treats like that. And they literally make it every single day. I make it fresh every single day. So I think that's what really makes Italian ice and water ice different, is that like water ice has this like strangely creamy-esque like smoothness to it, when Italian ice is kind of like just a very thin, like finely ground up or shaved, like shave ice, you know, and it's not as good.
Yeah, it's kind of like the difference between Hawaiian shaved ice and just shaved ice.
Yeah.
It's a big difference.
She was telling me that in Philly, they have shops where they have like hundreds of flavors of water ice.
So Rita's is like the big water ice place. That's what I grew up getting. And they have all the flavors. They not only have like cotton candy, Swedish fish, like key lime pie, like they have all of these blueberry, all these great flavors, but they do like almost like a Dairy Queen, where they mix the water ice and soft serve together, and then they put stuff in there, and they all have like different terms. One's like concrete, which is like a blizzard, and then Blendini is more water ice and soft serve, and then they just have soft serve. So they do it all. They have soft pretzels there too.
That's cool.
Yeah. The real like thing, which we had for a little bit, was the gelatis, which is going to be soft serve, a layer of soft serve, then water ice, then soft serve.
Oh, the gelatis too.
That's jumping. And you get a soft pretzel and you use it as like a spoon.
Oh my God.
Perfection.
I remember when you had like soft pretzels for like a week from someone local, and that was amazing.
That was my cook was making them. So she's like a star baker through and through, but they're just a pain to make. And we didn't really have the space to do them. But yeah, that was a fun like 2 weeks of us making soft pretzels, because they're they're different than a normal pretzel, because they're like longer than a normal pretzel, and they just like are so soft.
And you have to be doughy, but but also like crispy.
Yeah, you have like the big salt chunks on the outside. Yeah, those are fun. Back home, I mean, you find soft pretzels everywhere. You can get them at like convenience stores, Wawas.
Wawa.
My favorite spot is after sports games, like at the stadiums and stuff. There's always somebody outside selling like literally a shopping cart full of pretzels, and you can buy like a row of like 10 pretzels for like $2 because they're stale. They're like the day old pretzels that the pretzel factory gives them or whatever. So like there's just always somebody slinging soft pretzels. And like after a sports game where you just spent like $50 on a beer, you're just like, absolutely, I will take a row of pretzels.
Yeah,
I know they're stale, but please give me that row of pretzels.
At that point, you're probably so drunk it doesn't even matter, you know.
Exactly. We better get drunk off that $50 one beer.
Yeah, hell yeah. Better be like 50%.
Yeah, that's like going to a concert at Moda Center.
Yeah, it's like going to any concert or sports venue. It's just absolutely ridiculous. What was it, like a set of nachos like $20? Like, Jesus Christ.
That's why you pregame before you go.
Yeah.
You just make sure you're okay enough to get to your seat, and then you can just be as sloppy as you want. That happened last time I saw the 76ers and the Blazers play. It was my 30th birthday. Hey. And man, everything happened like when we sat down. Like all of the things hit. The mushrooms hit, the booze hit, all of it hit. I mean, we were literally the last row in the Moda Center, and I'm happy because we were screaming. We were like stereotypical Philadelphia fans, yelling at strangers, you know, throwing stuff, like throwing water bottles, just being those fans. And like, luckily, nobody's really around us, and those that were like then just kind of moved away, and they more or less
slowly migrated.
Yeah, they were just like, we'll just let you guys have the back 20 rows so you can do whatever. Got yelled at by security like 4 times, so you know. We represented our city well, but we were nice to everybody. We weren't mean to the people. We were mean to the players, but we weren't mean.
You're just excited.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes, exactly. And it was my 30th birthday, so it doesn't count. That doesn't count. That day doesn't count. You know,
drugs too, so it really doesn't matter.
It really doesn't count. Yeah. So I guess what.
So what made you move to Portland?
Yeah.
So. Great question. I was working in restaurants in Philly, kind of wanted to change. So previously, before I kind of since I've been 18, I've kind of been in and out of Philly. So I lived in Boston for a while, lived in South Florida for a while, made my way back to Philly. And I had an opportunity back in South Florida to open a restaurant, not my own, but I thought it was just a cool opportunity. It was like on a very busy street, something new. It was an Italian joint. They were putting this huge like LCD screen up top. I was like promised all these things. And then when I got there, it just wasn't like, it was like a sports screen, but it was literally 10 feet off the ground. So you were just like it was like, the resolution wasn't right. And like, as the person installing it, who was like from like one of the manufacturers, he's like, is this like, it's supposed to be like 40 feet away or 30 feet away. Like all the dimensions were messed up.
Oh my God.
They didn't have the right programs for it. So like, that was a bust. And then it was just, restaurants are very difficult. And a lot of people think that they can restaurant, and it's, you know, it's hard to restaurant.
Yeah, for sure.
So, you know, when I saw it, it was a family. So like it was people bickering all the time and stuff like that. And I was like, I need to go immediately. So I burnt that bridge and said, we got to get as far away from South Florida as we possibly can. And hopefully they'll never find me. That's why I changed my name. So we were like, where's weird, fun vegan places? And we were between Austin and Portland. Those were the 2 weirdest vegan places that we could think of. So we went to Austin City Limits, and it was fun. But I have like for being from Philly, you just don't like Texas because of Dallas Cowboys. Okay. It's like how you're born. It's just, you know,
it's ingrained in your
exactly. DNA. I don't really know anybody from Texas. If I did /do, they're fine people, I guess. But like, just because of my sportsmanness, I need to not like Texas.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like,
go Birds.
Go Birds. I don't think I could live here too long because I would just be like, Texas after a while. Yeah. Even though like Austin is a sanctuary of sorts, it's, you know, different than the rest of Rootin' Tootin' Texas. Sorry, Texas listeners, but you know what you're signing up for when a Philly guy.
It's just like Florida, you know.
Sorry, guys. Oh yeah, sorry, Florida listeners, but you know
what you're getting into. Yeah,
you know where you live.
If you're living in Florida or Texas, you're going to get made fun of.
Yeah,
it's just what you signed up for.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll get bored of that. Let's try Portland. So it was, you know, we wanted something, like I said, vegan. We wanted something outdoorsy, just something different. And it's awesome here. You know, I think I miss Philadelphia a lot. Definitely want to move home at some point, but Portland really has a lot of the things that I think make Philly and like that Pennsylvania area cool. And like you can't beat like the mountains and the hiking and stuff like that. Outdoorsy stuff like Portland, like 10 out of 10.
For sure.
I know when I was getting my job, we had a choice between Philadelphia or Portland. And we were leaning towards Philadelphia for a while.
Really were.
Because like I have no problem being in like tougher cities.
Yeah.
So I was like, I can do this. Like I've been in New York, I've been in Seattle, like I've been in LA, I'll be fine. And we ended up getting Portland, and it was just like, yeah, let's go there.
Yeah. What was the ultimate factor between Portland / Philly?
They chose for her. She was like, these are my top two options, and then they're like, okay, this is where we want to put you then.
Yeah.
Word.
Because I'm from Washington, so they're just like, well, you're weird enough. We'll just stick you right back up there.
Philly is awesome, and there's areas of Philly like West Philly, which is where I lived last, that are very like Portland, has a big vegan scene, kind of weird, kind of like that vibe to it. And if I move back home, or when I move back home, that's probably where I'll wind up, because I mean, Philly is awesome, through and through, 100%. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Yeah, go Birds. But there's certain areas that definitely like match what I kind of like, and what I do for a living, aka vegan businessing, which would be like the goal would be to move back home. I assume there'll be some form of parade as I bring my vegan cheesesteaks back home. Yeah. And everybody will be like, this is what we've been waiting for.
There'll be a spot like in a food corral that's like gleaming for your like cart to just like be right in there. Yeah.
Exactly. And they will definitely open me with open arms, because they definitely want vegan cheesesteaks there. ...
Is there no vegan cheesesteaks?
So there was there was like 2 or 3 spots. Whiz Kid, which is where my cook actually worked. We stole all the recipes. And then we didn't. I tried to, but we couldn't. And then there was another spot called Blackbird, and Whiz Kid did not survive the pandemic. And then Blackbird just recently closed. Also pandemic kind of related. They opened like a pizza joint, stopped doing like cheesesteak things. So there's realistically no like just vegan Philly cheesesteak spot back home. The vegan scene there kind of like ebbs and flows. Like it was big pre-pandemic, and I think a lot of spots couldn't survive it, and now it's kind of on a downtrend. There's a really nice fine dining spot called Charlie Was a Sinner, that vegan like cuisine I think is what Portland doesn't have, like a very upscale like first date kind of and then that's like what I think is really cool about Philly. But then Philly doesn't have that, like I just have $10, what vegan garbage can I get for this?
Can I go get a tempeh burrito with like just side of chips or something,
Exactly. So it's interesting that they have like diametrically opposed, one has more of the finer cuisine and one has like everything. I mean, Portland, you think of it and there's a vegan thing of that variety there. There's burgers, tempeh burritos, cheesesteaks, ice cream, all the things, and oftentimes multiple options of it. So I would love to bring it home at like one day. That's kind of the goal. But speaking of Blackbird, the vegan cheese whiz we have is actually the owner's recipe, but I asked him for it. I asked him, I was like, hey, can I, because it was like when I was home last, I got the Blackbird because it was closing down. So I was like, okay, this is the last time. And I'm like, this slaps. Tastes just like real Cheese Whiz, which real Cheese Whiz is not really real. It's some weird
it's concoction
milkness powder of gross or whatever. So like real Cheese Whiz, which is not for the your Washington, Oregon, Pacific Northwest folks. It's not the thing in the can. It's yellow cheese sauce.
Okay.
A lot of people are very confused when I say Cheese Whiz. They're like from the can? I'm like, I mean, technically it came from a can at some point.
Like a spreadable pub cheese kind of thing.
It's like a cheesy sauce spreadable. Okay, it's not like can squirt on a Ritz cracker.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
yes, that's what most people here think, that they're like Cheese Whiz? That's gross. And I'm like, no. It's gross in its own fun, special, delicious way.
Okay.
But theirs just tasted like real Cheese Whiz that I grew up with. Because back home, I mean, there's rules of cheesesteaks, and especially at like the Pat's and Geno's of how you're supposed to order and things like that. And Cheese Whiz is only one option. You can get like Swiss cheese, you can get provolone cheese, you get American cheese. There's like all these options.
These are the approved options.
These are the approved options.
Okay.
There are many unapproved options. And there's also at some of the bigger ones, there's 2 big ones called Pat's and Geno's. It's like the touristy ones. They're across the street from each other. If you don't know what you're ordering when you get up there, they send you to the back of the line, which is like,
I love it. That's
that's the energy I would have
it's
loved
just like
to
you
bring here.
get the hell out of here.
Yeah, like don't waste my time. You know,
Yeah.
it's like, what do you want? That's the whiz wit. A lot of people go with the whiz wit. That's where that originates from, which is I want cheese whiz and I want onions. That's what whiz wit means. So certain people come up and order that way from me, and I'm like, everything comes with the cheese whiz and everything comes with onions. So what else do you want?
Yeah, that's standard.
It's standard here.
Yeah.
It's like getting coffee at Tim Hortons in Canada. Have you ever done that?
No, I've never been to Canada.
Oh.
I've never been out of the country. Yes, I'm uncultured. I've never left the good old US of A. So
I've never left this side of the United States.
Wow. All right. Uncultured together.
I mean, I've been to Canada and New Zealand, so I have been out of the country, but like, you know, barely. Yeah.
Did you run around with like a bow and arrow in the hills of New Zealand and live your best?
I ran around with a walking stick and my hairy feet sticking out and a flagon of ale.
We did steal stuff.
Yeah, we did steal the goblet that because when you go to the Shire, you get a free drink at the Green Dragon.
Oh, cool.
And so when you go in there, you get a free drink and they have their cup. And, you know, you get to pick cider or beer and, you know, you go around, you get to walk around the premises, drink it, and you bring your cup back. So we kind of snuck around to the back area, chugged our drinks, and then quickly put the goblets inside her bag and just walked back like, okay. And then we just took them like.
Yeah, who would? I would not return them.
Because they have like 50 of those on the counter. Like, I'm sure they're like some Potter down the road probably make them, and it costs them pennies on the dollar, you know,
because Hobbiton is still like there, right? The original set is still set up.
The original was there, then they took it down, then they rebuilt it for the Hobbit movies, and then they kept it up for like touristy things now.
Thank you, touristy things.
Yeah, and they maintain it, like they have people come in and do like they have actual gardens there that they use to cook food with, like in like their little Green Dragon.
Wow.
Yeah, like all the herbs, they keep the garden and everything growing. So we were there during wintertime, so it was like just as the garden was like fallish winter, so just as the garden was starting to die. So you see a lot of the things were still like very lush in the garden. It was like, I don't know, it felt like you were in Hobbiton. Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. Does everybody dress up too? Like, are there, or not really?
The people in the inn do, but like when the people are out there like maintaining, like they'll come and redo the bricks and stuff like that, and like
they're
touch
mostly
up.
in overalls.
Yeah, they're like, you know, overalls or like, you know, what you'd expect some New Zealand farmer to be in or something, you know.
Yeah.
Is there a height like requirement? Like you must be less than,
you know, it makes sense that there was
to work here, you know, or
I know they were saying like you cannot fit in certain doorways because they're not that big. So like a lot of tall men would have to like scrunch down to like get through doorways.
So I'm probably sure they hired shorter people to work on those for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
sign me up. I'm a short guy, so
I'll cut some of my legs off to work there.
just at the shin. You don't need to. You can keep your knees.
Cut it right in the middle where the cap's at. I don't need all my calf.
So Tim Hortons.
Yeah, Tim Hortons. Sorry,
so when you go up there in Canada, you have to order specifically, like there's a specific way to order too. So it's very similar, but in Canada, they're very nice. But you'll see a lot of people get huffy, and it's the most adorable thing. Because when you order coffee, you say like a double, 2 creams, 2 sugars.
Oh, okay.
You don't say 2 creams, 2 sugars. They'll laugh at you.
Yeah.
And so like
do you have to say like A afterwards?
I did that and my coworker laughed at me.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, we don't say that all the time, eh? And I was like, there we go.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. I went there for work.
Oh, cool. Wow. Yeah, it's you know, that I feel like Philly gets a very, I mean, you had kind of said it earlier, like hard city vibe.
It's not that hard.
It's not like a hard city. It's just, you know, what I think is like you just can't act stupid. You know, like if you're just keeping your business, like you can be whatever you want to be in Philly. Philly is the city of brotherly love, very accepting. You know, just go do whatever you want. But when you start acting a fool,
when you're out looking for trouble.
Yeah, exactly. When you're out looking for trouble, trouble will find you. Like you will get in trouble.
Philly people are not afraid to end the trouble.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And people will call you out if you're looking stupid too. Yeah. Like, you know, my biggest pet peeve, I have many pet peeves of the Pacific Northwest. I will tell you 2. Yeah. So I don't get ran out of here. The drivers, but I think we all know the PNW drivers can't drive. You know, I grew up in Philly, also spent time in Jersey, so like I have that, like, you know, just violent chaos driving habits of it's very safe, you know, very safe violent driving habits, but you know, here they don't know how to merge. People drive the speed limits. They take turns like at a mile an hour. It's like, just turn, just go, just turn. I see you're turning.
She's talking about me.
Oh yeah, he's talking about you. And I'm on his boat.
I know. I'm totally guilty of this, and that's why I have you drive most of the time. Because when I do drive, I know you can't stand it, and it makes you cringe sometimes.
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh, yeah. You're just a passenger princess.
I'm not used to such big city driving. I'm from a small town where we had one road going through and then one freeway going through the town.
Wow.
So it was like, it wasn't like that. Like, it wasn't hard to get through the town, but here it's like, oh my God, I can't imagine going to one side of Vancouver. I have to use my Google Maps.
I remember in one of your other podcasts, I heard that you can't drive.
Yeah.
That you're afraid of leaving Vancouver and going into Portland.
I'm capable if I have her like to give me directions, but if I'm by myself and I don't have Google Maps, I just like freak out and like I white knuckle especially if I'm on a freeway. If I'm on a freeway, like roads, like side roads, I'm fine. But when I'm on a freeway, I start freaking out because I'm like, I get really fast and then I get those thoughts in my brain like, oh my God, what if I get that thought in my brain like, hey, what if I ran my car off the road and then I just accidentally just pull through with that and then ran my car off the road by accident while I'm thinking about it, not realizing that I'm actually doing it. Like, when you think something and then you say to yourself afterwards, you're like, did I just say that out loud? And you're questioning whether you said something out loud. And it's just like, it makes me think like, if I think that, maybe I'll do that. So I don't want to, I don't know. Then I get scared and
well, that's a shame. I'm sorry. You can't drive.
I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's okay.
Yeah.
I take him everywhere. He's okay.
It's the merging that gets me.
Yeah.
It's the merging, you let one, you do the zipper basically, one person goes, the other person goes, one person goes, and it all makes sense.
Seize the gap, you fat cow. Yeah. That's all I've been thinking as he's been saying that. I've just been thinking of Dennis on his way back from some of the suburbs. Like,
episode.
I'm going to be like, why are you late? Because I killed this fat cow.
Oh, merge. You had your, come on, you got to seize the goddamn gap. People are so goddamn inefficient. Oh, God damn it. I don't care if you're old, seize the gap. You old fat bitch.
The best episode is the Charlie work episode.
Oh, Charlie work. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's the best. I mean, being in hospitality, because it's about a health inspection, it does give me some anxiety, but it is literally like they hit all of the notes of health inspection, but in the craziest, always sunny way possible.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely love Charlie.
And they pull it out. Yeah.
My favorite, I love that one, and I also really like the Mac and Dennis move to the suburbs.
Yeah.
That one's one of my favorites, and I quote it way too much.
Yeah.
It's earlier in the series, they were filming a lot in Philly as well. And I've just restarted it from the beginning just because everybody always asks me, like, do you watch Always Sunny or blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, well, it's been a while. But now I need to know the references.
It's been a while.
Yes, thank you. But I was just watching it and they were at the Italian market in Philly and with a mural in the back. I'm like, I literally sat like in that spot. Like there's a picture of me with that mural, like basically in the exact location that they did.
Is that when they're going to the Grand Canyon
Yes.
and they go get the wicker chairs at that
maybe in
market?
another, they probably do that shot again. This one was when very early on when the gang is racist is the episode.
Oh yeah.
And then he has like a black girlfriend or whatever.
Yeah,
and
okay.
I think Mac is just being racist,
So did they shoot all of it in Philly, or because I thought they shot it in LA, or they're set to
Now
LA?
they shoot.
Now
they shoot in LA. So they originally shot some of it in Philly, and that's okay.
Well, now it's like 42 seasons, of Always Sunny, or was it? It's like 16 or 17, right?
It's a long.
It's a
we were
lot.
literally just watching it before you came over. Literally,
You had to prep.
I was setting the mood. I was like, I wanted to have it on when he walked in, but she had decided to turn it off, and I was like, that's fine. It's okay.
It's his comfort show.
That's The Office is my comfort show.
Yeah, we have many. Office, Parks and Rec, and Bob's. Yeah, we cycle through. We're like, okay, we've watched one. Let's move on to the next. That way, we're not watching them like back to back because we get
Bob's. I really want to watch it because if I yell a lot, I can kind of do. I'm not sure the voice actors thing. I can kind of do that accent from because he does Archer as well.
Yeah.
So at some point,
John H. Benjamin.
Yeah, if I scream enough, I can get very close to it. Maybe
so
when we're
make your voice hoarse or your voice like.
Maybe a couple beers later, we'll try this one.
We'll make like a TikTok of that, and you can look for that on or like something, and then you can look for that later. It's because we're not going to get a few beers deep into this episode.
So another pet peeve about the Northwest.
Oh yeah, second one.
This one I didn't know. I kind of knew driving because everywhere I hate the drivers, and that's just me being from a specific area of good drivers that I knew everywhere. Florida, it's terrible.
Oh yeah.
This one shook me when I first got here, walking into the Fred Meyer, or Freddy's as the locals call it, and other shit like places. People in the B&W like stop when they walk in to grocery stores. They like, or they slow their walk and they like look around as if like they're brand new. And this Fred Meyer is different than any other Fred Meyer or any other grocery store ever. It's like they just
like they're enamored. Like,
yeah, it's like, Fred Meyer. This is whoa. Like, let me
fresh for everyone.
Let me take this one in for a second. Like, it happens all of the time. I'm just walking. Granted, I'm from the East Coast and we walk faster than a lot of other people. So like, I understand I have a rude walk, and that's my normal walk. It's just this I got places to go, even if I don't have places to go. But he would just straight up stop and look around, and I'm like, what? And it happens all of the time. It happened today. I went to Fred Meyer 3 times a day because I just chaos. I chaos. I don't make lists. Well, I do make lists, but not everything is on the list. So there'll be 2 different lists, and I don't refer to both lists. So went to Fred Meyer more than I should have today.
Okay.
And it happened 2 of the 3 times that I went into Fred Meyer today, where they just like kind of pause or just slowly walk into the Fred Meyer. So
now, was there like a covered area before you walked in? Like kind of like before the doors, was there like a covered shaded area?
No,
because maybe like there's kind of their eyes are dark, and then when they walk in, Fred Meyer's lights right by the entrance is so bright that they're like, whoa, and they get blinded. You're
giving excuses for your people.
I don't do that. I just get where I need to go.
I'm here and I'm still like, these people are stupid.
I'm like, I'm not here to dilly dally. I'm here to get my groceries, and I'm like, let's just get what we need to get and get out of here. Like, I'm not here for business, like to play around.
I call it. Do you guys ever see Supermarket Sweep, that game show?
Yeah,
I call it Supermarket Sweep because that is what I do when I go into grocery stores. I am in and out. I don't go up and down the aisles and browse. I'm like, oh, what's on sale this week? I'm like, no. I have a list, or maybe I don't have a list, or maybe I have multiple lists. Regardless, I am in and out.
Yeah.
Why I was 3 times? Because I didn't stop and think about what I needed. I just said, all right, I'm here for this. I'm here for beer. Let's go. Get out.
One thing. Yeah.
I need rolls. Oh, I get out of here. I need calls. Oh, God damn it.
Oh my. That's okay.
It's okay. I thought you were going to talk about the umbrella thing.
That nobody here does umbrellas at all. And when you see people with umbrellas, they're outsiders, and you look at them, you're like, you're not from these parts, are you?
Yeah.
That's exactly. You're not from around here, I can tell.
I brought someone up here for work, and he put his umbrella up like in February, and I was like, put that down.
That's all you did. You just looked at it.
I literally looked at him and was like, put it down. And he's like, I'm going to get wet. And I was like, you are bald. Shut up. And he's like, but I don't. I was like, shut up. We don't use those. It's not like
he's in like another country or something where he needs to worry about. Oh, you don't want to be seen with some outsider?
No.
Oh my God.
Not going into my dealership.
Some foreign. They would make
fun of him.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Bring it in, and they're like, so where you come from? And I'm like, oh God.
Here we go.
Like, here we go. I was like, you brought this on yourself.
I was never an umbrella man in PA. So like I was not like, I would just deal with them. I'm like a hoodie guy. So like I just always have hoodies. There's always hoodies in my car. I've always hoodies. So like if I get drenched, I'll just switch out the hoodie.
I like getting rained on.
Yeah. So like it was when people I was like, oh, they don't do umbrellas here. Like I didn't even bring an umbrella when I got here. So I was like, I was coming from Florida as well, which like you don't have umbrellas in Florida because like there's just monsoon for 10 minutes and they're like, okay, everything's great.
It'll rip apart your umbrella if you use one.
Yeah. So I didn't even have umbrella there. And so but here I was like, oh, whatever, you guys just want to be wet. But everybody has, their nice like rain jackets.
Patagonias
of course.
What is it? What did you call it?
Patties?
Patagucci?
Oh, I don't say that.
Patagucci. Yeah, Patagucci.
I say patties, and you say that.
Yeah.
So.
I used to actually have 2 umbrellas, and I only kept them in my car because what I do is I'd write my phone number and my name on it, and whenever I'd be driving and I'd see a cute girl on campus when it was raining and she'd be like covering herself, I'd be like, here, take my umbrella, and you could return it to me. And that way she'd have a reason to call me, and they never returned them.
Did you ever get a call?
Or? No, I lost both umbrellas.
Wow. 0 for 2, but great idea.
It was worth a try.
That's.
I was like, it's a nice gesture. I'm not like saying, hey, come get in my car or you can try off. I was like, here's an umbrella. Like, it might be helpful. Like, I don't want to have you get into a stranger's car.
But here's a stranger's number.
But here's my like normal people. They write their name and phone number on their items, in case they lose them. like in school, right? I don't know. And I didn't even go to that school. I just
No, you
You
didn't.
just drove your car around campus.
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
waiting
I
for-
was of the age of the people at school. So it's not like I was like a 30-year-old looking for 18-year-olds. You know, I was like of age, but still.
You got in trouble a lot at that school for
Yeah.
not going to that school.
Yeah.
What school is it? Can we say?
NAU.
In Northern Arizona University.
Oh, okay.
That's where
I got a ticket for throwing firecrackers
he,
at a
he
window.
did not do the umbrella trick
No,
on you.
he did
Okay.
not.
So that's why it worked out, because he
Yes.
didn't.
No, yeah.
No, he worked at a movie store near campus.
Oh, wow. Was it Blockbuster?
No.
It was Hastings Entertainment.
Was it like a rental? Like a
Well,
Blockbuster?
see, it wasn't just a movie store. So they did rentals for movies, but they also sold movies. They sold action figures, they sold magazines, they sold CDs, they sold video games, they sold video game consoles, books. It was kind of like like I said, an entertainment store, as it was, as you know, kind of. So a little bit of everything.
Back in my day, I worked at Circuit City.
Ooh,
About
Circuit City.
A year before they closed. I like to say that I was the reason
That
that they
takes me back.
filed for bankruptcy,
Holy
but
cow.
yeah, I worked at Circuit City. I was a seasonal worker. They did not tell me that. So I got hired around October-ish for the season. My brother worked there. So it was like cool. I sold video cameras and stuff like that, and also like worked the register. So it was like I was really into cameras back then. So like I knew all this stuff, and it was fun. It was, you know, like 40-year-old virgin, but
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
Circuit City.
exactly.
And then randomly they just
Yeah.
stopped putting me on the schedule after the holidays. So like a little after the new year. And I'm like, why am I not on the schedule? And my manager was like, oh, you were just seasonal. And I'm like, did you tell me that? And he's like, maybe, I don't know. And then
Oh my God.
whatever, later that year, they're like, bankruptcy. And I'm like, serves you damn right.
There we go.
You got rid of star employee. If you would have kept me, I would have turned stuff around in your one location. But
He's Paul Rudd and 40-year-old virgin, by the way.
definitely Paul
You're
Rudd.
Paul Rudd, yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I got my second iPod there.
At Circuit City?
Yeah. That's how old I am.
Shuffle or
Yeah,
what?
which iPod? Which gen?
It was the video.
Oh, wow. Fancy.
I
Is
know.
that one you have that's like Bejeweled and stuff, or is that the first generation?
No, that's the first generation. That's
Okay.
my mini.
I bought, while I worked in Circuit City and had the discount, I got a Zune. That's how old I am.
He still has his.
What, really?
Should I go grab mine real quick?
If you want to.
I'm gonna go grab it real quick, guys. I'll be right back. You guys talk.
It doesn't work.
I probably, as a responsible adult does, and keep all of their old electronics,
Oh, same here.
Game Boys and all that stuff. I probably have it in a drawer somewhere back home in Philly. Like it's probably John. Oh, you have it out.
Oh yeah.
You just quickly. Oh, wow. You didn't even. Wow. It's a brown one too. Oh, wow. It doesn't work.
Oh no.
it's dead.
The charging port is
Inside the
broken.
charging port. Someone tried to unplug it and they shredded the
Is that someone you, Jeff?
cords. No,
Okay.
it was my girlfriend at the time. I told her to grab my Zune and she didn't think, because the charger had clips at it to unplug it. So you had to pull it.
Yeah.
And then she
Wow.
just thought it was like a pull out, like an iPod.
Sierra?
Yeah, it was her.
That
And
sounds
she
about right.
just yanked it out and shredded it. And
Well, we don't
started-
need to talk about her anymore. We can
No.
Voldemort her name right now.
Oh no. It's okay.
We've Voldemort a lot of people's name in this house.
Yeah. Well, we didn't block her name out on the fan and we called it Butthole.
Yeah. We have a fan that said her name on it, and I was like, I don't want to just keep seeing her name, so I put a piece of tape over and just wrote butthole on it, because that's what she is.
Man,
Find a way to repair that.
yeah, this is taking me back. Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great concept. I mean, it is what Spotify is
Mhm.
with, just
I
old
liked it because
tech.
it wasn't like the iPods that you had to go through Apple Music, but with Zune you could get all kinds of like bootleg stuff and put
Yeah.
it on there. It was like, yeah. What are you looking at me like that for? Because you know what's on there?
Yep.
There's a little bit of porn on there, guys. That's why I have never sent it out to get repaired, because I don't want someone to like be looking on it and be
Okay,
like,
so it's that kind of porn. It's just not like porn. It's like
no, it's
Porn.
porn,
it's like porn.
but I don't want someone looking,
I don't think they would. Oh, they probably. I would.
They probably
if
would.
if I were the Zune repair.
Yeah, you'd be like, I wonder what they got on
Yeah.
here.
He's
Yeah.
not a Zoom repair guy anymore.
I'm sure there's someone out there who repairs Zunes.
The person I'm imagining who repairs Zunes would
Would
definitely,
definitely see
look
what's
at
on the Zune. Yeah. Yeah. And I think there was also some naughty pictures of my girlfriend at the time, which, now it's like probably shouldn't be on there. Now,
I don't care.
but I know well.
You could
I don't
probably
care
find his
either.
contact on like a MySpace or a
Oh, there we go.
Xanga or something
yeah.
like that.
I'll go on I'll sign into my Juno account and
He's probably your top 10 on your MySpace.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Zune repair guy.
he's number one on my MySpace. These are my top four. Yeah.
Oh my god.
This is awesome. Did you
Yeah.
do you name your electronics and or your car?
Yeah.
Yeah, both of our cars are
Yeah.
named.
My phone is named BMO.
The cars?
My phone is named BMO. What's your phone's name?
Oh, I haven't named it yet.
Oh, because you can name your,
I haven't named it
God.
yet. But the
I don't want to keep holding on that.
the
That's where I
black
like it.
car is named Soot,
So cute.
and the orange Aztec is named RuPaul.
Ha!
Because we couldn't figure out, a gender. So
RuPaul.
Yeah.
RuPaul.
RuPaul is so everybody at my food cart, we're all Scorpios. So RuPaul is November 17th. So RuPaul is our queen. And I just bought a like little painting of sorts, or like a print of RuPaul, who was in the back kind of like looking over us in Her Majesty, but then fell off. So now she's on the freezer looking out to everybody to let everybody know. And when I'm like slowing down, because I mostly stand on the front, when I'm slowing down, I look at the RuPaul and she looks at me and says like, you better work.
You better work.
And I'm like, okay, I'll get back to work. I'm sorry.
See?
Sorry, Ru.
That's what we wanted to put on the license plates.
You better work.
Yes, so bad.
Or Shantae, you stay.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Sashay away.
Sashay
Yeah.
away.
And we were trying to put a mural of RuPaul in our garage.
Yeah, we've had our.
Are you
Pride
caught
flag
up on the
stolen.
seasons? Are you like...
We're really close.
Mhm.
I think we have like one season left. I got burnt out for a bit.
Yeah, I got a little burnout. I didn't start until maybe like 11 or 12 was like my first season of watching. Loved it. And I was like, yes, I need all of this. Watch a couple All-Stars, watch some like older seasons.
We
Like
just started from the beginning, I think. Yeah.
I like really love Katya, probably my favorite queen.
Okay.
I do like
Yeah.
the Trixie Mattel and Katya, the thing on YouTube.
Oh my god.
However, Trixie Mattel gets old for me sometimes. Sorry, Trixie Mattel. I know you listen to Just Death.
She's
Yeah.
a lot.
She
God,
is.
I wish Trixie Mattel listened to this. I wish any of those girls did. I would die. I would literally die if Vanjie fucking listened to
Vanjie.
Vanjie. It's Vanjie. Vanjie is my favorite. Just like I can't get enough of Vanjie. I love them so much. I love Vanjie.
We give each other drag names at the cart.
Oh,
Mine for the longest time was anaphylactic shock, like
Ooh.
anaphylactic shock. But my cook is allergic to peanuts. So she's like, well, I want that to be my name because it's more appropriate because I don't really have any food allergies. So I was like, okay, you can be anaphylactic shock. So tentatively right now, I am communicate or miscommunication, but I'm not dead set on that one. I'm kind of in like, I'm in free agency.
I will
of
say
drag
miscommunicate is taken because I thought of that one too. I was like miscommunicate.
Yeah.
And then I looked it up and there is a drag queen that is named that, but
Okay.
they're not to say there couldn't be more. There's a million Jeffs out there, guys. So you can.
Well, I don't want to take her stuff. I mean, she probably has merch like all drag queens
fair
do.
enough, yeah.
So I don't want to.
You could spell it differently.
Then yeah.
But yeah, you both.
We just have to get back to the drawing
We'll think of
board
you. Yeah.
and get back to.
She gave me a really good one. It was her old high school nickname that she turned around. I'll let you say it.
Her crotcha.
Hercracha, yeah. Which, if you guys don't know, my last name is Haracha. Our last name is Haracha now, so Hercracha.
Are you guys married? No.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We've been married for years.
Years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think we were married before we met you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were married before we met you.
We've been together for 8 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Wow. Wait, how old are you guys?
I'm 28.
And 33.
33. Wow. Okay.
She's
Well,
gonna
this is-
be 29 soon. This
Mhm.
month, at the end of the month.
that's Virgo?
Libra.
Libra. What day?
September 24th.
September 24th. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
When's your birthday?
Well, I'm a Scorpio, so do you want to guess?
November
Yes.
10th.
8th.
No. And no.
Dang it.
It's November 21st.
Ah,
Which is the last day of Scorpio, which makes me a cusper, which I don't. Sometimes I believe in all the astrology stuff, and sometimes I don't. I
Yeah.
believe in it when it behooves me, and I
Of
don't believe in
course.
it when it disagrees with
like everyone else. Yeah.
So I believe I have many attributes of Scorpio and many attributes of Sagittarius, and then my moon sign is a Taurus, which is completely opposite of Scorpio. So hence why my life is chaos, and I went to Fred Meyer 3 times today. Thank you, Moon and Stars, for making me this way.
I'm a cusper too.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, because that would make you a what's before Scorpio?
Virgo.
Virgo. Okay.
My
okay.
whole family is Virgo.
Wow.
And so I was the only Libra.
Is that the one? Is Virgo the one that's very clean? Supposed to be very clean? Okay.
Mhm.
So is your whole family clean-ish?
Mm-mm.
Do we do not fall into that?
Your grandma's very clean.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
she is. But no, my whole family, literally, I'm the only one that's a different. And my dad
She's
is
a different
kind
breed.
of irritated. He's like, she could have been born just like a few
Just had
hours
to pop her
earlier.
out a little earlier.
I know.
Just a little.
Yeah. Give that extra push, whatever your mom's name is. I'm not gonna say it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because she doesn't deserve it.
And you just had your birthday, right? In July?
August. Yeah, August. Yeah.
And so what does that make you?
That was 33. Yeah.
What's your sign?
Oh, I'm a Leo.
Leo?
Yeah.
I think we like Leos.
Which,
I think.
I don't know.
I have like ones I don't
I
like.
don't know.
That's my astrology.
Oh, what ones do you not like?
Sorry, any Gemini/Pisces out there. The Geminis always get a bad rap. I feel like Scorpios get a bad rap, and then Pisces get a bad rap. Geminis get a bad rap, and then Pisces is the other one. So Pisces and Gemini, but they're also stereotypically the ones that I think people don't like too much.
Okay.
I've just had like very,
I didn't know that.
Bad experiences with like two. One is just a crap person, but when two people you're like, you suck, and they both happen to be that same sign, then you're like, all right, you messed it up for everybody else that is that sign.
They spoiled it.
Hey,
That's how I do.
well, being
That's
in a
solid
house
signs.
with someone with a Gemini, trust me, I know.
What's Gemini's birthday? When is that?
It's in May.
May.
They're supposed to be like the sign is two people. They're twins.
It's Victoria.
So Victoria,
there we go.
Mm-hmm. So like they're two-faced allegedly.
Victoria.
Yes, Victoria.
Yeah.
We all know about Victoria.
Who's met a nice Victoria?
What about the one with the secret?
But that whole is like,
is she nice? I don't know.
No,
that was created by a man too.
Yeah, it was.
So,
I don't know.
Use child labor.
That's the only Victoria that your sister's the only one I know.
Oh, it's your sister?
Oh my god, I shouldn't have said she's never gonna listen to me. She doesn't like me.
It's okay. My mom is a Scorpio as well. So we are similar in that vibe that my dad's a Cancer, and that's supposedly are like we're supposed to, Scorpios and Cancer supposed to be really compatible and stuff. I don't have any issues, so I don't want to say no to that. Which is July. That's what Cancer is like the July-ish time.
Rocky's a Cancer, and my brother's actually a Scorpio. My brother Steve is a Scorpio.
When's his birthday?
12th. Yeah,
that's my mom's birthday.
Hey, look at that!
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got to get Steve and Susan together.
Yeah.
For a little birthday. Susan's my mom's name.
I'm just imagining Steve. He's like a hillbilly that lives out in the middle of the woods.
I
with
love
like
you,
100
Steve,
animals.
but it's so true. You're
so
like a hillbilly mixed with Dr. Doolittle who can't talk to animals.
But he has a million animals,
he does.
but he can't talk.
He has
to
like
them?
a menagerie. He has like a hedgehog, like some lizards. I think a turtle now. He has some snakes. He has
ducks,
chickens, multiple like 10 dogs. It feels like
he had a chinchilla for a while.
chinchilla.
Is he in Oregon? Is he?
Oh no, he's in Arizona.
He's in Arizona. Yeah. He just bought a giant chunk of land, which is awesome for him because now he has room for his farm. His menagerie.
Does he just have the animals to like have them, or does he like raise?
No,
livestock,
they're just him and his girlfriend just want a bunch of pets, and so they're just like, this will be a fun pet to have, and so they get a new pet, and they just start,
Yeah, that's what they just keep doing this.
They're just like, I think it'd be fun to have a turtle, so they go and buy a tank, and then just get a turtle, and they just
love it. Why not? Sure.
As long as they're not neglecting the other animals, I'm okay with that.
I mean, I feel like you can maybe for me, I just don't know if I would have that much love in my heart for a million animals, but maybe I'm just not that.
Well, with how many video games I know he plays, I don't know.
Because like, how can you give the pets equally to all of those animals that need the pets?
Yeah,
equally.
I know as soon as he gets off work, he goes home and he pops on video games, and I see him online playing. What? I know it. I know he's doing it. So I'm telling you, like, hey, Steven, if you're listening to this, give your animals love.
Give them all the pets that they want equally.
Equally. Yes. You need to set out. You need to write down a schedule and get a pet schedule so they all get equal
quality of pets. So like you get a head scratch and then you get belly rub, it has to all be equal.
If there's a fish, you could whatever fish do, I don't know, whatever the equivalent for other animals are to like a pet or a belly rub.
Don't pet the fish.
Don't pet you could try if they like it. Some fish like being pet.
I know, but
there's sharks that like being pet.
I just saw a little video where person scratched their right on their chin.
Yeah. Sharks are like,
I've seen sharks. They scare me. I'm good.
They're so cool.
Yeah, but not when you're in Hawaii. It's not cool.
I mean, sharks, yeah.
That's why I don't go in the water.
Wait, does Steve have chickens as well?
Probably now.
Does he have cool chickens? Because I also saw a video where like there's different varietals of chickens.
Oh, yeah.
And I've learned a lot about chicken farming for no reason other like it just the random podcasts I listened to, like
it's
both
fascinating.
had chicken podcasts. I was like, all right, I guess we're on a chicken kick now. And like so many different species and like so they're very hard to take care of and they'll like die at a drop of a hat. Like and if one of them dies, they all go crazy and start pecking the hell out of each other. And I'm like, this is nuts.
Jesus.
Yeah, so chicken raising is a very difficult thing to do, but very rewarding if you want eggs and things like that. So
I just want a pig.
Yeah.
I just want a
But
pig.
the thing with pigs though is you have to get 2 pigs because they need to have like
they get lonely.
Yeah, they get lonely. And it's like obviously you can have like a dog or something, but they need because pigs for the most part they're gonna need to stay out like in their own outside like pen or something like that where they sleep like in hay and stuff. And so that you need 2 of them out there so they don't get too lonely because they will get lonely and die.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you want 2 pigs?
Yeah.
I just love pigs.
Yeah.
They're cute and they're smart.
I know. One of them ate our boot. Remember when we go visited them?
Yeah, we visited pigs. Like when we actually thought about getting a pig a while back, and then we visited this farm which had this cow named Ollie, which was absolutely adorable.
It was an animal sanctuary.
Yeah, but the lady was like, "I will let you adopt pigs, but you have to adopt 2." We're like, we don't.
You sure she just wasn't trying to pawn off 2 pigs?
No, we did the research, and they said like it's better to have them in pairs because it's for like cohabitation,
it's like alpacas.
like socializing. Yeah. And so we're like, we barely have the room for 1 pig. We have a pig down there on that pig. So, when we have land, we'll get pigs.
One of my very good regulars, they have a pig who has like an Instagram with like 13,000 followers or whatever. And they talk about how spoiled that pig is, but he only lives by himself. I mean, I don't know if they have a dog or another pet for that pig to socialize.
He might be probably like an indoor pig too.
He is an indoor pig.
Yeah.
Pig.
Yeah,
I think we can probably manage an indoor pig if it snuggles with Kuro. She would, and Stella would take care of a pig.
Yeah.
Apparently, pigs really love cats because cats like their pigs' fur is so thick, or not their fur, their skin is so thick and like dry that cats can like scratch it, and pigs absolutely go nuts for it.
Oh, I could see a cat just making biscuits on that all day.
And, it's like rough but like soft, and the pig's like, oh yeah. Like,
I didn't know we went to a berry farm a while back, like last summer, and they have pigs there, and you can like pet the pigs. I didn't know they were so like. I'm a city boy, so like I didn't know they're like kind of like it's not soft. It's very like hay, grassy fur.
It's like a brush.
Yeah,
and it's like those brushes that are made with boar hair. Like it's like when you feel those like at the natural food stores. Like those brushes, they're very thick bristles, I guess.
And then they shed it all off for the most part in like the summertime. And I'm like, oh, this is all because I didn't know pigs are kind of like furry, Yeah. Again, city boy.
Not like you have them like roaming the streets in Philadelphia.
I always thought they were like in the cartoons or in the shows where they're very clean and like
like pink. Very. There's turkeys in Philly sometimes though. We have turkeys that roam around.
Wild turkeys?
Wild turkeys. Not like necessarily in the city, but like slightly outside the city or like further out.
Kinda.
Even like in between suburbs and city, you'll get turkeys. I remember there's a park that my dad used to take me fishing at. Called Pennypack Park, and if you went late at night you would see the turkeys or you would hear the turkeys. One time my dad, when he was younger, he was just like riding his bike and a turkey just fell right on top of him too.
Oh my God.
And those things are heavy and aggressive when you mess with them, like they mess with you. But that's why like Ben Franklin was all about turkeys.
They're scary.
And there's deer, there's tons of deer in Pennsylvania as well.
What about raccoons or possums?
There's a lot of raccoons, and there was actually a possum in my old apartment. I had like a mud room per se, which was considered like I had a studio, but it could have been considered like a bedroom, but it wasn't insulated. So they just said like, yeah, it's a studio. Why not?
Yeah. Legally, we can't call it a bedroom.
Exactly, because it was like outside, and there would be a possum that would sleep. It had like a big window because it was like a mud room kind of thing, and a possum would sleep literally where I would sleep. So like I would fall asleep and wake up in the middle of the night sometimes and see a possum just like chilling, literally like inches away from my face. I called her Mima because she looked pregnant.
Was it inside? Was it outside?
It was outside. Okay. Yeah, but was like just separated by a pane of glass. And it was super cute. And then Mima left for a hot minute, and I was like, well, Mima is like not doing well. And then Mima came back like a month later, and I was like, this is great. And then Mima left again, never saw Mima. But like that really warmed my heart that Mima was like, you know what? You guys are okay. Because like literally we'd be passed out doing possum stuff inches away from my face with like the light on and everything, and just was like,
we want a possum too. That's what, but you can't own one in the state of Washington as a pet.
Really?
Yeah.
We do have some in the backyard. They live back there.
Do you feed them and stuff? Are they?
He does.
I haven't seen them on the cameras in a while. What were their names? Artemis and Cooper. Yeah.
What do you feed possums? What do possums eat?
I would
Mostly
feed them
vegetables.
Yeah, vegetables, old vegetables. Like if a bread was too stale before it got moldy, I would give it to them and they would snack on it. One time we'd ordered sushi and they had for some reason doubled our order. And
It's
so
just
we,
like vegetarian.
yeah, and so we ate what we could, and the sushi had gotten like soggy and like kind of like gross, and like it was like we're not gonna eat this, and we're not gonna like save it. So what I did is I put it out on a platter outside, and they just devoured it. You know?
Did you leave chopsticks?
I left some ginger.
Ginger? Did they eat the ginger as well?
Yeah, they.
What about wasabi? Did you?
I didn't know. I didn't want to hurt them.
Okay,
yeah. If it was chickens, I would have, because chickens don't taste. But I didn't want them to get like, yeah.
I didn't know chickens didn't have.
Yeah, you could put, if you ever want to keep, they say if you ever want to keep rodents out of your chicken feed, to fill it with chili flakes, because the rodents won't go near the chili flakes, but chickens don't taste heat. So, wow. Yeah, they'll just eat it, and then the
Just Jeff is now a chicken podcast.
Yeah, guys, so. now we're on to chickens. I love chickens. We've talked about getting chickens for sure. My coworker has chickens too.
I just like them because they're fluffy.
Yeah.
But there was a thing a couple months ago that you couldn't, apparently there was a salmonella outbreak because people were kissing their chickens too much.
Oh my God.
So, which I don't blame you if it's your pet chicken. Why wouldn't you want to come in for some kisses and cuddles,
of course.
It's a chicken. And
what part were they kissing that gave them salmonella?
I guess it was
the beak.
I guess it was the beak. I mean,
let's hope.
It was like an NPR, so they didn't get too deep into it, but they were saying like, hey, Oregonians, don't kiss your chickens.
We'll have to do some research.
Please.
Were they kissing the eggs directly after hatching?
I don't know. I know if we got an alpaca, I would kiss that.
Alpaca spit, right? Is that their?
No, llama.
That llama spit. Yeah,
alpacas are big and fluffy, and they like to cuddle people.
And then you can use their fur for alpaca stuff.
Yeah, you have to shave them.
Do they need a lot of room? Can you have casual alpaca in the back?
I mean, we wouldn't have it at our house here.
No.
We're planning on buying some land somewhere.
Somewhere in Arizona, perhaps, for all of your animals.
Somewhere here. No, God, no.
No, we're doing it up in Washington. We're going to build some tiny homes and have a vacation spot and stuff like that.
Somewhere to go camping and get away when we want to. That way, don't have to worry about people being at.
Cool. You can start your commune there.
Yeah.
The cult of Just Jeff.
Yeah. Oh, and any of you followers join my cult. If you would, please call my number and
don't give Jeff ideas for a cult.
I'm starting a cult now, guys. So if you want to be in my cult, call my number and join my cult. Okay. Thank you.
No.
This has been an advertisement for the Jeff cult.
No.
I'm going to write some literature now, guys.
We, a few weeks ago, 2 people on one day mentioned me starting a cult. And I was like, this is weird, guys. Why are we talking about
cults today? You'd be a charismatic leader. I could see that.
Yeah, I think I could start a cult. I think it would be fun. I mean, I would probably just want to be part of the Just Jeff cult and be like the right-hand man.
Yeah.
That would probably be my preferred,
Okay, yeah. You can be the one who does the speaking for me, and I'll just be sit there as the silent leader who relays all my messages through
you. You could whisper in my ear so that adds to the majesty of it.
Yeah, wow. I'll grow my beard out really long.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah.
You've been growing that for 8 years.
I'll figure it out. Okay. It's getting there.
Do you just get tired of it and shave?
No.
Or
it's
that's literally
8 for 8 years.
Wow. This is like a month of growth for me. Okay. This is not.
It didn't take me till I started dating you that I could actually start growing a beard. Yeah.
It got all patchy, like little hamsters died on his face.
Of course, she gives me she makes me take vitamins, and so I take biotin, which probably helps with that beard growth.
Collagen helps too.
Yeah. Ooh.
But yeah.
No, thank you.
How long did it take for you to grow your hair? I'm trying to grow my hair out right now.
I just haven't cut it for years since before pandemic.
Yeah.
About a little bit, yeah.
I want long hair because my cult leader has long hair, and I'm trying to emulate my leader of my cult.
But you can get a clip-on man bun to emulate your leader if you want.
Okay, that's what we'll have to do.
The uniform.
That would be the symbol if you're in the cult of JJ. Is the clipped-on man bun.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And overalls and you have to hold your hand like that, like this in my sticker.
Overalls. I was thinking more like a kimono, but if you, I mean,
kimono.
we can talk about next meeting. We can kind of nail down the uniform.
Exactly.
But as the supreme leader of the cult, you of course have the final say.
We'll get the literature and everything down, you guys. Don't worry.
Application will be in the details of the podcast.
Yeah, it'll be on the Discord, guys.
So my car is called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was the original question.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
My car is azúcar, which is sugar in Spanish, but it has car in there. So I thought it was being fun. And before that, which I always think of when you guys show up to the car to order, my first car was named Charlene. Which is not really like Cheyenne, but it's close enough.
I was gonna say, where do you get how does that remind you of us? Okay, I can see that.
But I love naming stuff. Like I just love, especially like.
What's your phone named?
I haven't named that actually because I used to go through phones a lot before I started getting like the indestructible cases, and now I just go through indestructible cases. My first day of the food cart, not even the first day of the food cart, the pop-up, like the pilot pop-up, like the complete chaos that was. I dropped my phone in the deep fryer.
Oh my god!
Literally, I could with my phone out of my pocket, and then it just flings around, because I don't know if they grip or I'm just reckless.
No, I've had that. You just pull it out and just keeps the momentum just keeps it going. Yeah, so later
because everything I was moving mad that day, it just went right in the deep fryer. Luckily, it fell in the basket in the deep fryer, so I just pulled it up, and I was freaking out because it was again pilot pop-up. So I'm like, oh crap, people are gonna call me, what's going on, this is crazy. Touch it, and the iPhone's just I'm just too hot, give me a couple minutes. And I'm like, this is crazy. To pull off the case is melted, but the phone itself is fine. Put it in the freezer, 10 minutes later, perfectly fine.
Oh my god, I love it.
Absolutely perfectly fine.
You just flash heated it up, basically.
Yeah, flash fried my
it's
phone.
Like having it on a table on a picnic table for an hour, but in a matter of minutes.
Yeah, so this podcast is sponsored by Otterbox. Completely indestructible. Deep fry for 3 minutes on each side.
It's kind of like in Rick and Morty where they're I'll have 2 deep fried phones with a rotary on the side.
Oh yeah, when they're ordering pizza. And
I haven't really delved into Rick and Morty too much.
There's one episode where they're popping through portals and
there's all kinds of different universes and everything.
And one of them is where people are eating phones on pizza. And that's why it was just making me laugh.
And then the phones order sofas on, and
Yes.
It's just
Do you believe in multiple universes? Is there a Just Jeff in another universe right now?
I bet you're wondering, is there multiple universes with just Jeffs in them? Do I think that? Do I not think that? You'll have to tune in next week to find out on Buddy Talks Too Much Part 2. I'm sure you could probably tell by the name of the episode, Buddy Talks Too Much Part 1, that there was going to be a Part 2. And there is. So you have to tune in next week to hear the end of it. Before we end this episode, let's have a word from our sponsor. This episode of Just Jeff is brought to you by Buddy's Steaks, the only place that we're aware of to get a plant-based Philly cheesesteak by an actual Philadelphian Lord of the Rings nerd. Please try anything on the menu and you'll be in love. My favorite thing is the root beer water ice or the loaded cheesesteak fries. Use promo code JustJeff for 10% off your next order at Buddy's Steaks in Portland. The promo code again is JustJeff, all one word. Support a local business and eat more delicious food. Head on down to Buddy's Steaks. Go Birds! And now back to your regularly programmed podcast. Be sure to tune in next week to see the second half of Buddy Talks Too Much Part 2 on Just Jeff Podcast, where me and Buddy and Cheyenne, we just talk too much, and we talk more. So come listen and check out all my stuff on all my socials, on TikTok, Just Jeff Podcast, all one word. Instagram, just_Jeff_podcast. Call my number 417-986-6467.
And please like and subscribe and review Just Jeff.
Oh, look at that.
On Spotify. Are you on Apple Podcasts?
I don't know what I'm on.
On Apple Podcasts.
So. Yeah.
Like and subscribe on the YouTube. And remember to enter promo code Just Jeff in anything that you buy
for 10%
for 10% off. It is a universal promo code.
Yeah. It's like a skeleton key of promo codes.
Go Birds.
And go Birds.
Go Birds.